They all have very stereotypical middle class lives. I didn't realize, until I was older, due to where I grew up even the rich kids in my school weren't very rich, so their lives now aren't super glamorous. Nothing I'd be particularly jealous of, but nothing bad. Even the rich kids in my school weren't very rich. Same. I remember being super envious of a rich girl who was a friend of a friend. Her family was rich because they had a 2-story house with 2 bathrooms and a swimming pool. Driving through her neighborhood now, I see that she was never anywhere close to rich, just rich compared to my family. High school cool kids are just your normal office elkas save for one that became successful as a model. Uni cool kids are pretty successful. To be fair, I was sort of one of the popular ones. Married my college girlfriend. She became a doctor. I became a trader and retired in my early 40s. Own a few investment properties. My son has his head on straight and heading to university. What being popular did for me was give me a lifetime boost of self-confidence. Most have decent jobs, married with kids. A few are extremely successful careers and or businesses. A few in jail for drug dealing. None of them were nasty or mean people. Some a little arrogant or self-centered. But that sums up most teens. No idea, I didn't care what they were doing back then, and I still don't. I didn't care then, and don't care now. I'm always amazed when someone who didn't have 2 words for me 30 years ago suddenly hits me up on FB/ig. Nope. No idea, a lot of them seem to be happy, and I'm happy for them. AWW. Thank God I can no longer remember most of their names, and haven't heard of them for 20 years. I did see one of them working as a cashier maybe 10 years ago. She rang me out, and she was friendly enough, but I have no idea if she recognized me. They're cool adults. Just as pretty, successful, and popular as they've been since kindergarten. They're married, have nice houses, handsome men, cute popular children and nice jobs. The only one who didn't choose that homie route straight away after uni went on to win several Olympic gold medals before she got a husband and baby and fancy house. Basically none of them peaked in high school. They're still peaking. Pretty much the same here as well. Although they've become more human to me. After we graduated I saw one whose parent committed suicide while he was in college. The other had to drop out because they got pregnant to their HS boyfriend. They're married now and have a good life. Another was raped. She shared her experience during the Me Too movement. They're all pretty still, have good incomes, good houses, and lovely significant others. But there's still struggle there. It's just different from yours. Doesn't mean it's not there. One became an Olympian and also married one of the most famous sportsmen of our country. She was very cool at school, but a really lovely person. Half are dead from drug overdoses and the others are portraying themselves to live the perfect cookie cutter lifestyle on social media. As the immigrant kid, whose parents panicked about their children becoming too Americanized and not allowed to go anywhere, therefore never invited to any hangouts, it's surprising to realize just how much partying and drug use actually happened during high school. Most of them work in the medical field and seem happily married to equally attractive people. The popular kids in my high school were the athletes who got top grades. That was the same in my high school. Most of them are either in med school currently or working as an engineer in the medical space. Got married to the popular boys, stayed in our hometown. Most have 2 to 3 kids. The men have beer bellies and work or their parents' company. Most have a divorce or 2 too. It'd be funny if every few years they just swapped spouses/houses. My in-laws live in a town like that. No one ever leaves. The queen bee who bullied me is now a full-time soccer mom, raising another generation of assholes. Most are married with kids now. Only 2 of them really became successful. One is a model and the other owns some kind of macute company. Aside from that everyone lives a very basic life. At least what I can tell from Facebook lol. The fiery redhead turned grey-haired pretty fast. She used to work in a fabric store downtown, but I think she lost her job during COVID because I haven't seen her there since. At least she had put the mean girl from high school behind her and was friendly towards me when I was there. A popular girl who used to bully me for being half black had like 4 kids with a black man, which I find interesting. I hope she had the maturity and grace to change her views now that she has biracial children of her own. So weird. I feel bad for those kids. They all married each other, stayed in the village, had kids and look 15 years older than I do. They peaked in school and didn't want things to change, I guess. I couldn't imagine staying around the same people my entire life. Sounds lame. I'm 24. Most of them are now engaged or married and having children. Some have even gotten into the model influencer industry. Some have gotten overweight and looks worn out. I suspect mental health issues. The school nerd/outcasts is also doing great, it seems. Some of them used to be overweight and looked unkempt, and now they have gotten fit and looks well put together. I hope everyone is doing good regardless. Weight has a lot to do with diet. Moving out of your parents' place probably helps with the post-HS glow up. Also getting interested in the opposite sex helps for hygiene, lol. In my high school batch, we were only 2 classes, so we were all actually very close. Because of this, I don't think we had actual stereotypical cool kids in our batch that everyone classified as such. Rather, I think it was individual opinions about whom you thought was cool. The one that I really considered cool migrated to Australia after college. She was one of my closest friends, and she is a smart, sweet, kind girl who came from a bad family background and their parents were imprisoned by the time we were in college. She was our class valedictorian, and I know she really worked hard to bring her younger siblings out of that hellhole life they lived, and she did it. Now, they are living a happy and successful life in Australia. We might not be close anymore, but typing this out makes me tear up, because I'm so happy for them. This year's my 35th reunion. Not gonna bother as most of my class were shitty to me, so I honestly don't care where they are now. Yeah, tomorrow is my 35th year class reunion, and it's not worth the money/time/effort to attend, because I wasn't even remotely popular. She's a fucking millionaire 3 years after becoming a photographer. Her and her husband quit their jobs as teachers and now they don't even take pictures. They have like 20 people who bought in to become part of their franchise they created. They just had a beautiful child, living their best life, and are truly the kindest, most humble people. Well, she is. Her husband is not. Now I'm nosy and wonder who she is. I have no idea and don't wanna know. Most of them probably still live in Russia, and it's strangely satisfying to think about it. Big shot star of the football team, arguably the most popular kid in school. All the girls threw themselves at him. He continued his life of privilege with a full-ride football scholarship. A few months into college he was in his apartment alone, choked on an apple, and died. That's pretty tragic. Nothing special really. They peaked in high school. Most of them got kids and mediocre jobs. Nothing like the big talk they always had. Same in my case. The popular kids now seem to lead very basic lives. IDK, I kinda don't care. Being cool is subjective. For me, being cool means getting good grades and having some quality friends to chill out with. For some, being cool might be something different. I think what you mean by cool kids is popular kids. Trust me, I was the happiest, even if I was not so popular. But there was a group of popular kids who used to bully. I avoided them then. I don't follow them on any social media currently, so I really don't know what they're doing currently, but I hope they are doing well, and really hope they would have stopped bullying. They were all rich, so they went overseas and chilled on boats. The coolest kid in my grade had a very successful college basketball career for a bit, and a few years ago he was accepted to medical school, IDK, where in that process he is now. I'm happy for him. He was always very nice, and he was very smart. Got a 36 on the act. I was so jealous at the time. He's also married, and has at least 1 kid. I googled him a bit ago. I was curious. I doubt any of the other cool kids did enough to have a lot of news articles about them, and I don't remember their names anyway. My school was very academic, and maybe, because of that, almost all of us are successful, popular or not. Academic as in few people's grade averages were under 90. Most of us graduated with 12 to 18 college credits, and I think everyone went to college. 1 girl died in the Twin Towers on 9/11. I went abroad, got pregnant, had my kiddo, I was still cool. Then I got chronic illnesses and became obese.